Shout out to G-Man Boxing. Where's the piss bottle? It's over there.
Alright, people. Some interesting news that's just broke in the last few hours. I'm actually going to quote it verbatim here. Now, Anthony Joshua. Alright, now I was actually, I was only thinking, win or lose against Alexander Usyk, I was going to do a video on what I think he should do next. Whether he should stay with, Eddie Hearn and DAZN, or whether he should just keep working with Sky and with his own, managerial company, as a 258 management, and maybe even maybe he could just turn it into his own promotional company. I felt that Anthony Joshua had outgrown Sky and Eddie Hearn to the point where, a bit like Canelo, he could maybe just use maybe a promoter and Eddie Hearn, someone like that, even Wasman Boxing, as just kind of the PR kind of guys, the mouthpiece, the marketing, and the rest he can do. Because AJ is, apart from Canelo in my opinion, he is the second biggest star in the world of boxing. But it's actually been announced today that Anthony Joshua has signed a new, and when you hear this, career-long contract with Eddie Hearn, extending the promotional deal until at least he retires from boxing. To quote Anthony Joshua, "I'm very happy where I am. A handshake is good enough for me, but signature solidifies it. I'm happy where my signature is." And to quote Eddie Hearn, "There is something quite special about sharing a journey from debut to the day the gloves are hung up, but it takes a huge amount of belief and unwavering loyalty. I am honoured AJ has committed his future to Matchroom." That is the quote from both men. My thoughts on this. I'm going to be frank, I really did think after this fight, win or lose against Alexander Usyk, AJ was going to go his own way. He was maybe going to just go for the highest bidder. Go his own way, because he, as I said, is bigger than Eddie Hearn. He's bigger than Sky. Anthony Joshua really doesn't need anyone to sell a fight for him. If Anthony Joshua left both Eddie Hearn and Sky and went out on his own, you could literally say all he'd need to do is tweet a few things, and people would, just because he's so well known, he's so popular, that you'd easily be able to get his fight sold across the board. I am surprised about that career-ending deal, or a deal till the end of his career. Now, if this was just someone who was maybe 10 fights in and they had a long way to go in their career, I'd be saying, well, you done messed up there. Whilst I don't believe in fighters signing long-term deals, I don't think it's a good idea necessarily, because you don't know what way that promotional company will be in a couple of years' time. I find it best that if you're going to be with a promoter for any great length of time, maybe a 3-fight deal is the best, because at least then you can kind of see if you like it. If it's not working for you, if you don't feel you're being handled the best way, you can go somewhere else. I'm personally someone, from a fighter's point of view, I don't believe in being loyal to any trainer or promoter. You have a finite window where you can make money, life-changing sums of money, and if you can make it there, go there. Even if it means, leaving a promoter who you've been with for years, if you can make that money, because it's not going to be there forever, you go. If the grass looks greener, you go. But Anthony Joshua, how long realistically do we have on Anthony Joshua? That's an honest question. Realistically, how long, when we think about it, do we have? Let's say, in a hypothetical situation, he beats Alexander Usyk, okay, and Fury beats Wilder. We have AJ Fury next year. We have the 2 fights next year. Let's say he wins both those fights, hypothetically. Could you really see him sticking around after that? I mean, maybe he could. Maybe he would have one more fight, just as a homecoming, undisputed. But would he really stick around after achieving all that? He's achieved so much already in his career. Do we really see Anthony Joshua? Put it like this, right? In 5 years' time, could you still see Anthony Joshua fighting? Me personally, I can't. I can't see it. I think by then he will have done what he set out to do. He's already set up for lifetimes, generations he's set up for. So could he be around in 5 years? I doubt it very much. Now, stranger things have happened. He could surprise me. He could be someone who loves the game, always feels there's a new challenge, and always wants to rise to that challenge. So in which case he could. But I really don't think he will. I think AJ, at this stage, we're probably kind of, I don't want to say coming into the twilight of his career, potentially. And that's not me saying like he's shot or he's old or anything like that. It's just a case of, how much longer do we? He's been around for a while, like at a good level and making so much money. How much more does he want? So it's an interesting one. Me personally, I'm not someone who likes guys signing long-term deals with promoters. I just feel like if you're gonna stay with a promoter any great length of time, a 3-fight deal is perfect. You know, at a very big push, maybe a 5-fight deal. 5-fight deal, maybe if you're just coming straight out of the amateurs, or you know, someone like that. Then yeah, maybe if he can guarantee you a good few fights here and there, yeah, something like that. But a long-term deal, more often than not, I don't agree with it. I definitely don't. Like Daniel Dubois, 5-year deal with Frank Warren, not good, not a good idea at all. So that's my thoughts on that. It'd be interesting to know what happens, because the way Eddie Hearn kind of worded things, it kind of did seem like Anthony Joshua, after this fight on Sky, it's going to be on DAZN. And my question is, if he is going to be fighting on DAZN, are his fights going to be pay-per-view? Let me personally look. I like DAZN. I hope the platform of DAZN succeeds. I think that their concept is fantastic because it eliminates pay-per-views. I think pay-per-views have ran their course. But with Anthony Joshua going on DAZN, would that mean then that we would have pay-per-views? Because Eddie Hearn did say that DAZN would do pay-per-views if it was needed. I hope it's not the case. I know they have deep pockets. Would they be? Because just imagine this. Let's say in a, again, hypothetical situation, AJ loses to Alexander Usyk this weekend and we have a rematch. It's on DAZN. That will just, subscriptions will be through the roof. And especially if it wasn't pay-per-view. If they just done it standard DAZN, $7.99 a month, boom. Or they done a deal. Imagine this. Imagine they did a deal for people signing up. You know, you get AJ Usyk for $4.99 a month if you're just signing up, but you get it for 3 months or something like that. You imagine just the things they could do with that. You know, that's why I like DAZN. I don't know how anyone cannot be happy with DAZN and their platform. I hope it succeeds. I really do, because I think pay-per-view, as I said, has ran its course, and I just hope that we're not going down that road with DAZN if AJ in fact decides, okay, I'll work with DAZN in future. You know, I'm with Eddie Hearn, he's with DAZN, that's who I'm going to work with. You know, we'll see. We'll watch the space. That's my thoughts on this. Prediction video is coming. Trust me, it's going to come out tomorrow. I'm going to record straight after this. It's just last night I ended up recording with Hatman. Big up to him. Massive shout out to him. So we ended up doing a video together, which I was very pleased at. You know, it was great. So massive shout out to Hatman. I owe him an awful lot. You know, me and him, two guys have similar minds, similar beliefs, and big up to him every time. He was probably the first. No, he is the first YouTuber I ever watched. I remember I watched this post-fight to Klitschko versus Pulev, thinking it was the actual fight, and yeah, when I heard him talk first, I was like, it's not the goddamn fight. But I stayed for the analysis, and yeah, I've been subscribed to him ever since. So massive shout out to Hatman. But for now, lads, nice. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. For now, I'll talk to you. Peace.